Okay, friends, well, here's a total surprise. We are in Fort McPherson, Northwest Territories, Canada, right now for a sled dog race. Let me turn the camera around. Here's Jemra coming in. She'll be mushing today. There's Knutson from down the road. We have locals here from Fort McPherson, Aklavik. There's Mya. Say hi to your dad, Mya. Hi, Dad. Say hi to your fam.
Hi, all my family and the Hartum family.
Right on. Here we go. So total surprise, friends. Made it up to the Arctic Circle a couple days ago. And here we are for the Fort McPherson Carnival sled dog race. There's Mitchell coming in right now. He just got back from Alaska and the Tok race and other races. We're doing our Mushers circle. Wayne's our race official right here. And it's going to be an exciting day. Great conditions here in Northwest Territories. Beautiful, beautiful trail ahead. They're going to do 10 miles, 8 dogs. We'll go ahead and show you everybody. Okay, here's our mushing group. They're getting a little rundown right now. So if you're just joining us, let us know where you're from. And if you've ever been up to Fort McPherson or Tuktoyaktuk or Aklavik or Inuvik or any of that, let us know. And so today you have...
No, we'll pick for a hat right now. Hey, Larry.
Okay, they're going to draw for numbers right now, friends. Look at this, what a great group of mushers coming in. They're competing for real money today, friends. So here's the bib draw right now. You're right on time. If you're just joining us, make sure to share the feed.
Come out there.
Our guest. There we go, our guest from the area. Whoa, number 3 for Mya. What'd you get, Mitchell? Number 1? Number 7? All right, for Jemra. Bruce? Okay, there's your bib draw, friends. So you have JoJo Arey from Aklavik and Inuvik area today. You have Andrew Charlie from the Delta, Mya Hartum, Knutson, Jemra from Tuktoyaktuk, Mitchell Jacobson from Tuktoyaktuk, and Bruce Noksana from Tuk. So it's going to be a great group of mushers. Open class sprint sled dogs here. And look at this. You're in the real deal April Northwest Territory of Canada spring racing. This will be all month, each weekend in a different area. Fort McPherson kicks it off today, of course. And then it'll move over to Inuvik for a 2-day race next weekend, then to Aklavik, and then to Tuktoyaktuk at the end of April. So each weekend there's dancing and there's talent shows and contests.
Okay, well, let's have a good race, guys.
There we go. Wayne's our race marshal there. JoJo Arey right there, shaking hands. Look at all that. The sportsmanship is great around here. And Bruce welcoming the outsiders. Let's go see the dogs. There you go. We're right here. With JoJo's team right here. So this is JoJo Arey, for those of you who haven't met him. From Aklavik and from the Inuvik area right there. So he's getting his dog team ready. Look at this happy dog right here. Are you a happy dog? Getting your harness on. Yeah. Happy sled dog right there. They're all looking forward to good conditions. Hi, babies. Look at you all. You big, beautiful dog right there. Oh, you're perfect. Nice trailers, nice setups here to travel with dogs in the Arctic area. Look at that right there. You can see built by Chat Mac. Hi, Hi, Pumpkin. You want to tell everybody hello? And welcome to Fort McPherson. That's right. Welcome to Fort McPherson is right. There's Dale right there. He's helping out. He's working with Bruce's team. There's Bruce right there. How are we looking, Bruce?
Looking good.
How are the trails? How the trails today? Good?
Yeah, it looks good, yeah.
And the cloud cover is going to help, right?
Yeah, it's good, really nice. Nice and warm.
Any words from Michelle back home?
Wish me luck.
Yeah, exactly. There's Bruce right there. He's coming out of Tuktoyaktuk. And here he is with his team. He does tours up there. So if you're ever in the top of the world there, where I spent the weekend, you'll definitely want to go on a tour with Bruce. And it's really neat. They head out on the bay in the Arctic Ocean and come back around. See the pingos, the big ice formations. Look at all these beautiful harnesses over here for Charlie. Andrew Charlie in the house. Running nice. Very nice. Look at all this beautiful gear. Windigo and drag ratting. Top-notch gear here, friends. Really cool to see. Some of the locals around here, they also had a talent show that went last night until 1 a.m. here in Fort McPherson. So congratulations to everybody who competed in the fiddle and in the dance and everything. And they'll do that again today. Here's the Jacobsons, Jemra and Mitchell just got back from the Tote Racing Champions in the Open North American, the full Ronde.
What up, Kale?
Hey, how is it being back home?
Awesome.
Tell us about some of your competition here. How about JoJo Arey?
Oh, yeah. My cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Andrew Charlie?
Yeah, they're all my family.
And of course, Bruce, your neighbor back home?
Yeah. Uncle Bruce.
Uncle Bruce. So tell us about the race today. It's an 8-dog?
Yeah, 8-dog, 10 miles. Go down 5 miles down the river and come back.
Okay, so straight out.
Yeah.
And tell us about this area. Which river are we on?
We're on the McKenzie River.
Okay, McKenzie, and you'll blast straight out, so it'll be a flat race?
Yeah, pretty flat, yeah.
And pretty fast?
Yep, pretty fast.
And that's what your dogs are built for, right?
Yeah.
Here they are. Look at these guys. They're all ready to go. Oh, yeah, you're a little shy there, aren't you? A little shy there. And here's the Hartum's dogs. Hi, guys. Hi, boo-boos. Look at you all. Oh, boy, are you excited or what? Let's go visit you. Let's go visit you. Are you so excited? You're ready to run, aren't you? Oh, I know. Yeah, it's exciting to get on the trail today. Good dogs. So lots of road dirt here because the highways here are made of top surface but not asphalt. And the road conditions are real good. We drove all the way down from Tuktoyaktuk this morning. So hats off to the road crew for doing their job. Hi, little guys. Look at you. You're perfect. You're just perfect. Yeah, that's right. Wiggle waggle, all excited. And get out the frisky again. All right, so you're looking at Mitchell Jacobson's line of dogs that they've been breeding in the Tuktoyaktuk area. And again, Mitchell just took 10th in the Open North American, so big deal there. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Are you excited? Oh, yes, you're so excited. That's right. That's right. Tell it all. That is right. All right, here the sleds are going to be using the small sprint sleds here. 10-mile race, 8 dogs, 5 miles out, 5 miles back on the McKenzie River here. There's Eddie from Aklavik. I met Eddie the other day. We went in. There's Eddie. All right, Eddie, what's your prediction here? We have JoJo, Andrew, Mya, Carl, Jemra, Mitchell, or Bruce win?
Don't know. I've never seen dogs for years.
When was the last time you raced?
10 years, maybe.
Wow. You miss it?
Yeah.
It was great. I got to catch up with Eddie the other day. So great to see Aklavik, a wonderful area. And we'll just see who wins, right? And there's some real money on the line, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think first place is how much?
Gee, I'm not sure.
Probably, I think $3,000 or $4,000 or something. Pretty nice. There's Eddie right there. He's a legend. He hasn't raced in 10 years. But, you know, he's always part of the community, and that's how mushing is. You always come out and support the dogs. Wherever you are in the world, there's May Dunn saying, good to see there's still interest in smaller northern communities. Yeah, you bet. Well, how great is that? We're really honored. Here are the timekeepers and officials helping out. It always takes a small village, no matter where you are. These people make it happen right here. Their clipboards, the timers. It won't be a mass start. It'll be 2-minute intervals. They just drew for start place. And the meaning of these races is profound. It's a hard winter up here with no light, and then you get into the spring, and everybody comes together for dancing, for variety shows, talent shows, for food and music and sled dogs. The light is back. It's light till 11 o'clock. It's a 10-mile race, Carol. So it's a 5-mile out, 5-mile back. This is more of a sprint race here. You're looking at open class and sprint dogs. So in these areas, they're doing the 10-mile, 8 dog teams, and they're all using the smaller sleds here. So this is really exciting. I've wanted to come here ever since I got into sled dogs 15 years ago. I've wanted to come to Northwest Territories. I've wanted to go to the smaller areas in the Arctic regions where sled dogs are the reason why people survived up here. I've talked to lots of locals who've been here for many generations and who have said that the sled dogs are how folks survived in the Arctic. So to have these races here is really exciting. Keeping the tradition alive. Oh yeah, you're singing it up, aren't you? You're singing it up nice. There you go, baby. Yeah, you're perfect. That is right. Thanks so much, Scott. Look at that. There's Charlie racing that nice coat right there. See, everybody's got their own great setup with trailers, either enclosed or pull behind. And so we have, again, JoJo Arey mushing out of Aklavik. We have Andrew Charlie racing from the Delta region here. Mya Hartum and Knutson come from down south in Canada. We have Jemra and Jackie Jacobson from Tuktoyaktuk, and Bruce Noksana, who's also from Tuktoyaktuk. So a really good crew here, and it's going to be an exciting race. Again, the talent show last night in Fort McPherson went to about 1 in the morning, so congratulations to all those folks who competed. There's Carl right there. They've got their setup. So Mark Hartum, if you're watching, here's your daughter and future son-in-law right here. They made it safe and sound. Always a long journey up the highway. I drove up from Willow, Alaska to Whitehorse a couple days ago, and then flew into Inuvik. And Jackie Jacobson and Jenny Jacobson picked me up, my host family here, so I'm very grateful. Okay, Carol Ann Miller's watching from Anchorage. All right. So yeah, so this is this is more of the sprint and limited class, Carol Ann Miller. So these teams are more into the shorter distances. They're smaller, open class dogs, more like the fur rendezvous, Carol. So these are basically, you could just say these are fur rendezvous dogs. Some of them will have the Alaskan Husky more prominent, like here. Like here's your more prominent Husky. Right, you got a nice coat. Look at that beautiful dog. Hi, baby. Yeah, you're perfect. And then some will be those real smaller dogs that look more like sprint dogs. Okay, so we're getting a time call here, 10 minutes. There's your 10-minute warning. I'm going to check on my drone real quick to make sure it's flying okay, because I got a drone in the air. So I am multitasking, friends. You always got to be careful about it. Let me check my battery kind. Cooper Boss is from South Dakota. I just drove through there, and it was awesome. I went to Cooper. I went to St. Lawrence, to Lake Louise Lake on the way up. And I had a fabulous time in that lake. The bird song was amazing and all that. So thanks for joining us from all around the world, whether you're live or on the rebroadcast. This, for me, is a bucket list to be able to be at the small northern Arctic, north of the Arctic Circle. We're north of Dawson City. We're north of Old Crow. We're here where it really matters. And then what I'm going to do is show you guys how I land my drone while you're with me. So here we go. I'm going to try to move it in. Here it comes. There's my baby. And There she is right there. So I've got the drone above the crowd here. I've got about 13 minutes left on that. So let me see if I can go ahead and bring that thing in. Yeah, Carol, so that's a really good way to summarize it. That we're looking more at the Fur-Rondi style teams here. And the distance teams are in Kobuk right now. They're in Kotzebue, as you know, doing the 440-mile trail. That's not what these teams are for. These teams are for shorter runs. The training in the Arctic region is much different than in Alaska even. So I'm going to hold the camera here and try to get this thing in so I don't have to worry about it. You'll hear the propellers come over me in just a second. Camera's holding steady, right? Okay. Here we go. Drone's coming closer. Here it is. Here it is. I'll bring the camera down again. Okay. I need help. Can you hold the camera? Can you just hold this for a minute? Just right with your right hand. Perfect. Just like that. Okay, thanks. I'll get this down right now. It takes a whole village, so thank you very much. Here's our kind camera operator. Where are you from?
McPherson.
McPherson. It's my first time here, and it's a complete honor.
Oh, well,
Thank you. I've covered races all over the world, and I wanted to be here for a long time.
yeah.
So thank you. All right, look at that. We got the drone in, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And now we'll get ready for the start, friends. They're just a few minutes away. I'll go ahead and shut my battery down. You can see them. More cars coming in. See, here's the people drive in from town, Fort McPherson, and we're right on the McKenzie River, so there's lots of parking. People are streaming in right now. Again, it's the spring carnival season, so the north of the Arctic Circle, mushing starts right about now. It's so cold in the winter and so dark that the mushing season kind of begins with the Open North American and Fairbanks if they don't make the Rondi because it's too far away, and then the Tok Race of Champions, and then they start the race circuit up here. Okay, my drone's off. Here we go. Let's start with Mitchell's going out first. Kitty Finlay says, good luck to all the mushers from Michelle and Kitty and Duck. All right, Kitty. That's so awesome. Hi, boo-boo. Yeah, you get them. You get them good. All right, Jacob, Michelle, and Kitty, say hello. Great to have y'all, Michelle and Kitty. How cool is this? We're doing it. There we go. We're getting that first team hooked up here. There's Mya and Carl. There's Bruce. Then we have JoJo Arey next to Bruce. Getting dogs on the line here. And then we have Andrew Charlie right there. And so it's starting to get to be a dog party here, friends. Wow. Yeah. Bring it on. There's Jemra. She will be mushing today too. Look at that, they're getting all excited. These two are waiting. They drew a little bit later. But JoJo will be up next. So he's loading in. There's a nice lead dog right there getting in place. Lead dogs have that special job, right? They've got to bring that team to speed and keep this line. You see the gang line all the way down. That line has to be pulled out by these lead dogs, or else it's a big mess. So we'll go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Hey, there's Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Great. Thanks for all you do for mushing. I know this has been a long effort to get people back into dogs, but you helped spearhead that.
Oh yeah, I know it's been a long time coming. You know, this year we have 4 races in the McKenzie Delta, and this Fort McPherson putting on this race and short notice, and we still got 3 more weekends after this.
Exactly. So April, this is the place to be, right?
April's just the place to be.
Right on. Jackie's been mushing a long time. His son is taking on the tradition now. His father before him and grandfather before that. So it's always a family tradition here. If you go back enough grandparents, sled dogs were the key to survival. So there's no question about that. That is part of the Arctic story. And that's why, again, this is such an important time of year to celebrate. Okay, they're getting a little, they're getting all this set up out here. Here's Wayne. Wayne's getting the snow machine set up, and he's the race organizer. So again, we want to honor Wayne right here for what he does, because without guys like him, the tradition doesn't carry on. So there he is, getting everybody in line. And I just could not be more excited. The conditions are perfect up here. Sunday race day, 1-day race, 8 miles. No, sorry, 8 dogs, 10 miles. So it's going to be fast. So here we go. First team's coming up. There's Jackie right there. He's going to get the sled lined out. You're on the McKenzie River looking right north here, friends. And getting to the start line. Jemra will help hold the sled there. There's Jackie, his dad. Jenny's behind us here. She drove down with mom, her mom, grandma. It's so great to be just part of this here and to have you all online. Like, what a blessing. What an absolute blessing. Great conditions. Here come our timers. Our volunteer timers are hustling in. More and more cars keep pulling in every second. There we go. We're getting them. We'll take a look at the dogs here. Our official timekeeper. You can always tell because the clipboard and the phone, right? Thank you so much for doing this.
So exciting.
It's so great. And there's Mitchell on the sled. Hi, babies. And Jemra will be mushing Team 7, so she'll help out here. And then she'll go get the other team ready. And they even brought the puppies down, so this is... There, Mark says, good day, Musher. Right on, Mark. Good to have you on board. Good to have everybody here. I totally surprised you. And this is, for me, one of the best races I've ever been at, because it's really intimate and meaningful to be up here in April for the revival of mushing in the Beaufort Delta area. We got 1 minute to go. There's Wayne right there. They got it. They got it now. So let us know if you've ever been up to this area of the world. It's a special place with a lot of people with amazing family histories, traditions, knowledge, generosity, kindness, all the traits that make the world a better place. And that's what dog mushing is really all about in the end. Bringing people together and letting the dogs run. Look at him up there. He's ready to go. He's like, yeah, give me that. They're leaning in. Give me that trail. Look at that lean. There. Okay, here we go. The countdown has begun. First team out, Mitchell Jacobson, Tuktoyaktuk. 10th place at the Open North American this year. Competed at the Rondi Invitational as well. Competed at the Tok Race of Champions. Look at him, nice low profile. Looking great. I've been staying with his family for a couple days now, and all the kids and just family love and sharing food and stories. And there he goes. The first team is out. Mitchell Jacobson from Tuk on the river. 5 miles out, 5 miles back, 10-mile race, 8-dog class here. More of a small Ferrandi style race, not the distance races. And again, a lot of that is because way up here in the Arctic, you can hardly train in the cold, dark months because of the temperatures. So they're not able to get the miles on, and there's no reason to push it. Look at that great looking team here. That looks like JoJo right there. Arey from Aklavik. Timekeepers have all the times in order. Let's go look at these dogs. We got some good happy dogs there. Yeah, you stoked? Barking. It's a dog party, and they know it. It's what they live for here. Yep, keep that line all nice. There you go. Sometimes the dogs like to move around. Oh, that collar might come off. Okay, they got a collar to fix. So we'll probably have a hold up here. I'll go up here. We're going to need to get that dog on the... There's Bruce helping out. We'll back up here. There you go, share the feed. This is a real unique one, friends. North of the Arctic Circle, Fort McPherson, north of the Yukon. We are up here, friends. We're north of Dawson City, way north of Whitehorse. Here we go. Looking great. Screaming down the trail. That's team number 2. Let me zoom in there for you. Prize money for the top placing teams. Part of the carnival for Fort McPherson this weekend here. We just got off the Dempster Highway. We took the Tuk Highway down to Inuvik. Picked up Jenny's mom and then came all the way down. And here we are. One day celebration of dogs here in Fort McPherson. And it matters. Brings people together. Maybe we can see Mitchell way out there. Look at that. How cool. All right. Okay, so I'll get out of the way here. Let's look at these guys. No handlers up there. There's Mya. There's our timekeepers. Look at this scene. There you go, Mark. These lead dogs right there need no handling. They are ready, talking to each other. Look at that one to the right saying, "You ready? We're doing this." "Yeah, I'm ready." Love it. Ears up, eyes forward. We're rocking now. These guys are bouncing. Good looking dogs here. Lots of Ellis dogs in this team. So Egil and Helen from Sweden, here you go. Northwest Territories. 1, boom. All right, there we go. Mya Hartum right there. She's got it nice on the runner, on the break there, trying to make sure to stay lined out, get a clean start. I haven't seen Mark and the family in a long time, so it's really nice to catch up. I first met Mya when she was like 12, junior musher in Fairbanks. And here she is now running the McKenzie River. North of the Arctic Circle, north of the Yukon, top of the world here. Yeah, no, Jesse's over at the Kobuk. We all know that. That's more of those distance dogs. We do have a few of those here for sure, though. Okay. Our third team is up right now. Look at this. So cool. I'm already all worked up and getting out here. Andrew Charlie's team right now. Andrew's from the Beaufort Delta area. Beautiful eyes. Oh, yeah. You guys are happy. It's about 0 degrees. It was -2 on the drive-in. Cloud cover, that's all Celsius, friends. We're in Canada now. So that'd be right around freezing, 32 for Fahrenheit. So conditions are good, not too hot. Good looking dogs. Okay, they're getting ready to blast off. Remember, 2-minute intervals, 10-mile race, 8-dog. This is more of a limited class event here in Fort McPherson. We've got about 35, 40 cars in the parking lot right now. And here we go. That's actually not Andrew Charlie. That's somebody else. Look at that. Small. Hey, we got an extra team in here. That's cool. Look at that moving. Here comes Carl coming up in the chute behind me here, so I'll swing it around in a second. There's that. Okay, let's swing it around. As they're coming in right behind me, I got to make sure I don't get run over here. As always, Carl Knutson. Haven't seen him in years. We used to see him on the Team USA circuit. Oh, yeah. So again, running a combination of Knutson and Hartum dogs here. These are all open class sprint dogs. They go Ellis lines, maybe some Streeper in here as well. So shorter hair, deep lungs, more able to run at higher speeds. Not equipped for the super cold and the distance. So that's the big difference. Beautiful bone conformity. They've got that nice houndy mix in them. That's called a pointer cross. Euro hound, Scandinavian hound. Ego Ellis's leader Mike is probably in every one of these dogs here. You look at our race officials keeping time there. 30 seconds. There's Carl. He's got his goggles ready in case they're kicking up ice. Look at that high-pitched excitement there. This is so exciting. Here comes the countdown. There we go. Okay, there's Carl keeping focused. Ooh, they had a nice start there, blasting off. So they traveled from well below the Arctic Circle to come up here. The only teams from the outside, as we call it, would be Mya Hartum and Carl Knutson. Everybody else is local here from either Tuktoyaktuk, Aklavik, Inuvik, or right here in the Fort area, Fort McPherson area. Look at that, you can see the trucks following him down the highway. That's cool. They know how to do this. The ice road, they're going to go get a good look at teams coming and going. You got 2 trucks out there, one about to show up. I hear dogs behind me. Okay. I'll turn it around. That's a nice shot of the McKenzie River right there. Okay, so this is the other team. That's what it is. This is Andrew Charlie's other team. He's running 2 teams today. So we have one of his other mushers are on the other team, and here's his team. That's great. Oh, these guys are happy. Let's get in there. Take a look at them doing some snow dipping, some bouncing. Always awesome to look in the eyes and heart and soul of a sled dog right there. Give me that trail. I want to run. They're stoked. They know it's springtime. They know what time it is. They'll be racing this weekend here. They'll be racing next weekend in Inuvik. 3rd week in Aklavik, and then in Tuktoyaktuk for the end of April. Each one of them with dancing and food and entertainment. And there he goes. Cool. All right, so that's the second team from that kennel right there from the Beaufort Delta area. Andrew Charlie in his tuck right there, keeping that low profile out of the wind, letting those dogs get up to speed. They should be running around right around that low 20 mile an hour range with these kind of conditions. Fast trail. You're looking right down the McKenzie River here north. I hear a team coming in behind me. Okay. And if I have any of the geographic areas wrong, just let me know. I've asked some of the locals. I know where there's several rivers in the area here and features. Here's Jemra getting ready. She's from Tuktoyaktuk and is Mitchell Jacobson's partner. Has been traveling, I believe even fiance. They've been traveling all winter. They trained to Don Cousins for 3 months. So big shout out to Don and Frey, his wife, for hosting them down there to train for the Rondi. And then we were able to spend time with them in Anchorage. And that was awesome. There's the lead dogs right there. Hi guys. Happy looking dogs, slamming into their harnesses. They are ready. They know their job. More of an Alaskan style husky on that lead dog, the lighter color, right? That hopefully is more familiar to you now. And then here more of the streeper type with the shorter hair, the Ellis type. So you have a little mix in this team. It's nice. There's Eddie right there from Aklavik holding the team, helping to handle. You have Jackie, Dad on the holding the sled. And there they go. Her glass is already steaming up, but that'll clear up there. Look at that, cruising down the trail. You get all worked up. There's a lot of body temperature here. Getting ready for the race. The dogs bring the energy. And it kind of transmits to the whole crowd and through the camera into your room. So those of you who have dogs in the house are probably in the front row trying to figure out all these sounds. That's what I love to do, is turn it up at home. And my dogs listen right in. They pay right attention. So here's Bruce and Tuck and Daryl up front, his handler. Right there, Daryl cooks the food, helps out with their 30 dogs and Tuktoyaktuk. Bruce does tours. If you want to look him up online, Bruce Noksana, and his tours and Tuck are really well done. Actually, you get to mush. He has such good lead dogs that they can pull you around without anybody being on your sled, so you can have a real Arctic experience. He does tours for school kids. Yeah, did you lose your voice? He's so excited, huh? The rest of the team's real quiet, though. This is almost like Reme Costa's team.
Yeah. They usually come here.
This is great. Oh, he's a new guy?
Huh? I know their team before, but she's always hyper.
Oh, okay, that's the hyper one. She's the cheerleader. Usually teams do have a cheerleader in there. Let's get in on her. Close shot. There she is. She's like, no, I know my job. I'm going to cheer these guys on. I'm going to get them fired up. We're going to go do this. Bruce has been waiting for this part of the season, and he hopes to get down to Fairbanks in a couple years as he transitions from work life into mushing life. He has some Roxy Wright lines, Grant Beck lines. There he is. Look at him all in there. He does the road maintenance and reconstruction in Tuktoyaktuk, which keeps him busy. I met his wife, Michelle, and Kitty's from England working for them for the next couple months. So got a kennel tour myself the other day. It was great to see some nice pups out there and their whole scene. Catches about 1,000 fish a summer, sometimes more. Sheepfish, mainly whitefish, which are abundant up in the Beaufort Sea and the different areas around there, the different waterways. So there he goes again. Trucks get to follow the race. Isn't that cool? As they blast out. So total race time today should be right around 30 something minutes at 10 miles, maybe in the 40 range. Solar teams in the 50, but pretty fast event. But that is what limited class mushing is all about. So there you're looking at everybody cruising up the river, and it's silent behind us. That means we get a chance to get an eye on the scene again. Whew, I am fired up. That was great. We got here and the race was on. So again, hats off to Fort McPherson, to Wayne and his volunteers and helpers. You got people all waiting now for the return. I'll go cruise this way. I'll put my drone back in my kit here so it doesn't get smashed. And the cool kids have snow machines, of course, so they'll go zip around like these guys right here. It's a real community event. Right on, Mark. This is a ride. That's right. Go Noksana mushing tours. Yep. No, Bruce is a real ambassador. He gave me a tour all around, like I said, not just of his kennel, but around town. And so I got to see the tour through his eyes. I got the tour through Jackie's eyes, who's right here. He's my host family, Jackie and Jenny, and the Jacobsons. They've been amazingly kind. I got in on Friday, and we went to Aklavik right away and met Uncle Danny and Eddie and his brothers and other folks. It was great. The Mad Trapper, I got my photo there, and that's an ice road, the Aklavik ice road, from Inuvik. About an hour driving, and then we got to come back up into Tuk for my first time to make it to the Arctic Circle. They about 7 years ago put in the Tuk Highway, which is a major effort. Took several years, but now you can drive straight up to the top of the world, to the Arctic Ocean. You look at all the handshakes, and this is what it's all about, bringing people together in springtime. The light is returning. It's still winter here, but hey, that's great. And there's Daryl right there at Bruce's super nice new truck. He's got a great looking Dodge there. When he pulled out of town yesterday in Tuk, I was like, man, you're ready. Look at that. You're ready to go to Fairbanks. You're ready to go to Anchorage. So we love to see some of these more Northwest Territory folks who have dogs and are investing in them to make those journeys to other parts of Canada and other parts of the lower 48. And of course, we want them in Alaska. There's a whole bunch of puppies right there. See that? I got to watch them feed today. The Streepers help raise those pups, so shout out to Buddy and Lena and Sarah and Terry Streeper. I tried to visit you in Fort Nelson when I drove across the country a couple days ago, but when I got into Fort Nelson, it was 11 p.m. and a blizzard and a school night, so I know my place, and it's not the crashing on families when they got school kids and all that. So I think I'm just going to keep the feed going here. I'll go ahead and put my drone away while I kneel down, and that'll keep it safe. I'll keep the camera trained so locals know who's who and who's talking to who, so that's great. And then we'll get an alert as to when the dog teams are coming back in, and that'll be really exciting. Not just bragging rights here, it's also a really big effort, a really big effort to keep dogs fed and taken care of, and again, to get those miles on. I've been learning more about the Arctic. I mean, we think we have a few challenges in Alaska with the weather, but it's nothing like this. I mean, you could maybe say Fairbanks is similar when it's too cold and it's a little bit darker, but when you're way north of the Arctic Circle, it's dark for 60 days, minus 40, minus 50. And those are not conditions to be out, being productive, putting miles on. So they're going to go visit with their friends right there.
Hello.
Hey. You want to give us a little rundown there? So for folks who are trying to track, Bruce, this is a dream for Bruce, right? To get on the road more and train, right?
Yes.
But one of the challenges up in Tuk is the weather.
Yeah.
Just too cold, right?
Yeah. This year was just perfect.
Oh, good. Okay, so you got to get more miles on?
Yeah. We got at least 5 months now on them.
Great. And do you want to introduce yourself for folks who don't know you?
Jemra Gruben from Tuktoyaktuk, and that's Tuktoyaktuk in Northwest Territories.
And I've learned to say tuck instead of tuk. You have to go higher with your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Tuck.
But for the community, everyone says Nuktoyaktuk.
Okay, I was wondering about that. And then when did you meet Bruce and get into dogs?
2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Well, I could tell in the dog yard. You're real familiar with them. And
I love them.
You've got that cooking down too, right?
Yeah.
So you're making fish, bison,
Yes.
and beef for them,
Yes.
right? And that fish, do you help with the fishing?
Yes. Most of the time, sometimes whenever I'm free in the summertime, because I'm mostly out with my friends.
Okay, yeah. What's your summers like up in Tuk?
Hot.
With the sun circling around?
Yeah. 24/7 with lots of bugs.
Oh, right. Lots of sun, lots of bugs. I'm coming up next summer at the latest.
Yeah.
Maybe even this fall. But we still have so much going on in Willow that I'm just lucky that Carrie let me come here today.
Yeah.
But what can you tell folks about the kind of dogs you have? We have some.
Alaskan Huskies.
Yep.
And Alaskan Hounds, bred into hounds.
Yep.
We have about 30 down at the dog yard.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We run them at least three times a week. Let them rest for 2 days.
Yep.
And have lots of fun with them.
And the tours love going out on these tours, right?
Yes.
I was seeing that big party sled that you have where you can put a bunch of kids in it.
Yes.
And then tell me about your leaders, because Bruce said you have enough leaders that they can just run a tour by themselves.
Yes. We have about probably 8 leaders, and sometimes we have three leaders on a team.
Wow.
Just in case one gets hurt up front, we just move it back and put it up front.
Yeah, and I think your feedback for your tours is excellent, isn't it?
Yes. They love running alone. We had vets come in 4 weeks ago now.
Oh, you did?
Then they ran their own team.
The veterinarians got to be they got to mush without anybody standing on the sled with them, right? Nobody sitting in the basket.
No.
Just they got to experience.
Noksana mushing tour.
And how do people find you?
We have a website.
Okay.
And I'll give it to you later.
Okay, great. And also Facebook or no?
Yes, most of us on Facebook.
Okay.
You can reach out to us, Bruce, Michelle,
Great.
and me.
Yeah, Michelle's online right now. She was really friendly yesterday. It was super nice to meet her. I know she'll be in Anchorage soon, so maybe I can even pop down there and see her. Who do you have with you here?
JoJo's
grandson. Well, thanks for helping out. Do you get to mush the dogs too?
Not yet.
Not yet? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Right on. And where do you live?
Inuvik.
Inuvik. That's a big town.
Big.
It's way bigger than where I live. I didn't know how big it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real crossroads, I think is how you put it.
Yeah.
With all the trucking and distribution and everything in there. I'm impressed. And then your sled dog race is in 2 weeks, right?
I think so.
Because you have a carnival. In a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to, right, let's talk about the circuit here. Come on in the shot here so everybody can. So the April, the meaning of April.
Lots of tours and dog races and jamborees, beluga jamborees. This one is always, I think, the 1st of April.
Okay.
Next one is next week. This weekend. This coming up weekend.
That'll be in
Inuvik.
And then we go to Aklavik the 3rd week.
Yes. And Tuk's the last one.
And at each event, there's not just dogs, right?
Yeah. Skidoo races, bunch of games, and lots of food.
Right. And so right now, everybody's recovering from being up last night with the talent show, right?
Yeah. Every community has a talent show and that.
Yeah, Jenny's mom was saying they went till at least 1 a.m. last night. But it's also light till midnight now, right?
Yeah.
Which
and it's almost 24-hour daylight.
We're just right on the cusp of 24-hour daylight.
Yes, so next month should be almost 24-hour daylight.
Yeah, at Jackie's house, I looked out the window last night at about 11 o'clock and 3 kids were still playing on the snow with dusk.
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are so great. Just part of the elements up there. Because the wind is really what the cold is what I learned. If you can
the coldest.
And do you have to protect the dogs at all from the wind?
Yeah, we got to check them at least couple times because sometimes they're good, but we got to check them just in case if their house is buried or not.
Right, with those snow drifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're buried, we bring them to the dog box up at the house.
Right, okay. Yeah, because that happens. I mean, it just and then it can lock in.
Yeah.
Was this year a high snow winter, normal or low?
Normal.
Okay.
But it was like warm most of the winter. At one point in December, it was like +1.
Oh wow. Okay, so it was warm all through the Arctic then, because we had those different warm-ups, and then we had our January rain.
Yeah.
But you didn't get rain up here.
No,
A +1 for the for Tuk is
in December.
wow.
It was weird.
Was it warm for you too?
Pretty warm a few days ago.
Okay. Yeah. Spring weather, right? And then when we're standing on a river that has a bunch of ice right now that's going to be gone in what, 3 weeks or so?
About 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks? Because that's when the ice road to Aklavik will start to shut down, right? Wow. Because I sent some pictures home to friends and they said, it's still winter up there. In Alaska, in central Alaska, south central, we have fire season already. There's grass everywhere. There wasn't hardly any snow around Wasilla and places that should have snow. And so everybody's worried about fire season. I saw some footage from Knutson where people are mushing back with the four-wheelers again just to keep the dogs running. We have to use we can't even use, there's no snow in a lot of those areas. So Fairbanks still has some, but this is like perfect, right?
Yeah. And as soon as we get home, I gotta run my team.
Right, yeah. Tell us about your team.
I have 8 dogs who have about middle-aged dogs.
Okay.
Getting out their prime.
Do you keep them at Bruce's or your place?
Bruce's.
Okay.
So we have 8 dogs there. We have 30 and we have A team, B team, and C team. So the A team's the youngest. The C team is the middle age.
Okay.
And the C team is the oldest, the old dogs.
And then were you like this month? Are you going to mush it all at any of these?
Tuck one.
Okay, you will be for the grand finale.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was intending to come up to that last year, but what's happened? We start our fire training in about a week.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be part of the teaching group for Alaska, but it means I can't be at Beluga Fest this year.
Yeah.
But maybe next year, right?
Yeah.
Will you go up to Beluga Fest?
Yeah, we're going all over.
See?
Going here, Aklavik, Inuvik, Tuk.
I love it. I love it. There was no question, too. He's like, what do you mean, man? Of course I'm going to all the... People don't just stay home. They go, right?
I missed the two jamborees last year.
Oh, what
I was
happened?
traveling.
Okay, you went outside.
Yeah, down south.
How was it? Were you homesick?
Yeah. Every time I travel, I miss the dogs back at home.
Oh, man, I know. When I leave Willow, I always text Carrie and Darlette and I say, oh, I'm already homesick because I have to leave. My personal favorite dog is my Ziggy, and she like really lifts my spirits up, you know, and watches everything I do and makes sure I'm good at everything. And then when I pull away from her, I'm like, okay, but then I come to your dogs and then I get to meet the puppies over here and your team and see them so excited to run. There's some good looking dogs out there.
Yeah, it is.
And do you think they'll have to manage their speed at all or go all out?
Yeah, maybe manage to speed because it's a little bit too soft.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
Pause.
Right, because this isn't booty. We're not putting booties on them in these kind of, we call these limited races, right, or sprint races.
Yeah.
So just, you're managing the speed with the drag mat.
Yeah.
And just keeping that pace.
Slightly.
A little bit of foot on the drag maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a little drag in the boot. However people do it, right? Yeah. Excellent. So point me around. So we have, these are some of the locals here who are just cruising around, and then they'll go back to the different festivals? Or where would they race snow machines? Down this way, maybe?
Maybe.
There'll be a big snow machine?
First time here.
Okay.
For Jamboree.
Okay.
I've been
good.
here before, but I was here for another event.
Were you? Okay, so, let's see. Kensla, Jade, wrote you. Good job, Daryl. I appreciate you helping my dad so much. How do you say your name?
Canelsa.
Canelsa Jade. We see you, Canelsa. Thank you so much for jumping in there.
No problem, Canelsa.
And yeah, there you go. I like the two-way communication right now. And thanks to the cell tower around here that I can tether and do this. I wanted to surprise people because I didn't know. And I don't like to promise and not deliver. So Carol Ann Miller asked earlier, why are some of the dogs so tall and lengthy? And she's used to more Iditarod dogs.
Yeah. They're bred for running, sprinting, not like walking.
Right.
They're meant for sprinting.
At almost double or more the speed, sometimes even triple, right?
Like about 20 miles, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
25.
Whereas an Iditarod team in warm weather is going to be 8 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole different set of traits
Yes.
for dogs.
And they're, I think, mostly husky in the Iditarod, right?
Yeah, that Alaskan Husky breed really deals with those conditions better.
Yeah.
And then you have more of the Houndy mix, right?
Yeah. The Huskies bred into the Hounds.
And you have that from Roxy Wright. You have a couple dogs, and Grant Beck, I believe.
Yeah.
Grant, the Beck family's been helping Bruce out.
And we have like a couple original dogs.
Original from the area,
Yeah.
and that's how you refer to like more like tuck dogs.
Yeah. Huskies. We got a couple of Huskies.
I saw, yeah, on the front,
We had one white. That white one was a Husky.
and one of the brown leaders, right? Or I saw him on the truck. He looks really good. Here comes another really nice pickup in here.
Yeah. The brown one is Hound.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Hound.
Okay, cool. This is great. So Carol got her answer there, which is great. And Kitty's online. Kitty's working with you now, right?
Yeah.
It was great to see her the other day. I thought she'd be down here. I didn't know who was all coming down.
They're shoveling out houses, I think.
And okay, Michelle and Kitty are back home working.
Yeah.
Um,
But we're gonna help them tomorrow.
oh, really?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, good.
But I'm gonna be busy tomorrow.
You're gonna have a busy day. Tomorrow's my travel day. I got to get back to Whitehorse Airport
Yeah.
and then start the 14-hour drive to Willow. Get home sometime
your truck
Tuesday
there?
morning. I got my van at the airport, so when I get tired, I can just crawl in the back. I just drove that up from Colorado. That's why this story is so funny, because I got home, turned around, and came right back up here to Willow. From Willow, I drove 4,000 miles to Willow, was home for 5 days, and boom, I got back in and drove. So here we go. There's some more. Let's see about these snow machiners, if they're going to be showing off a little bit. Oh yeah. Everybody's visiting, talking. Got nice equipment. Look at this nice truck right here. I love how everybody has good rides around the Arctic, because these roads are, you can go pretty fast on them, I learned.
Yeah.
We came down here. See, when I drive in Canada, I go the speed limit, which means it takes me twice as long to go everywhere. Because I have to pay. I don't want to get in trouble with the police.
Yeah.
When you're not local, the best thing is to keep a low profile, right?
Yeah.
Just keep a low profile. Don't be the guy. But the locals get to really tear it up.
I think so.
All right? Yeah, everybody knows that, because we were coming down the road today and it was great. We were making time. I was like, ooh, look at this. But safely. We were making it safely.
Yeah.
We actually caught up to Mitchell right there. We saw his trailer just after the last town. And it was nice. They were feeding and dropping, and we got to pop in and say hello and kind of play catch up. Because this morning was fun. It was good getting everybody out the door, getting on the road, and then, of course, here we finally
We
get the
overnight in Inuvik for the night.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. Got up pretty early.
You-
4:20 to 6 I got up to.
Okay, you were early risers.
Bruce.
Yeah, I think Bruce called up to the house and said, I'm already on the road. We hadn't even left yet.
Around 7 I think we took off.
Okay, good.
So 2 hours.
But then it's nice to get into the race, you know, get your position, get the dogs comfortable, relax a little bit, right?
We walked them around. We had 2. Walked them around.
Right.
So get them stretched out.
Yeah, and if they need to poo and pee or just have that little bit of a moment. Here comes Jackie right now. We'll see if he wants to join in. We got a dog team already. Look at that. Jackie came to tell us. Here we are, friends. Oh, God. Where's the finish? Over here? Or is that the finish?
Where's the finish line?
It's over there.
Am I in the wrong spot? Okay, there we go. We'll start moving over that way. Look at that, friends. There we go. There we go. So we'll follow these guys. Looks like Mitchell came in, but remember it's 2-minute intervals, so we won't know any of the results until the timekeepers figure it out. So here's how the course sets up. Oh, and he's gonna mush back to his vehicle here. So we'll get a little moment. Look at this. All right. That's so great, Daryl, helping me out. Local knowledge. I'll get on my knees so you can see. Get another great look at these dogs. Look at how happy they are, focused. There's Mitchell calling out the left turn. And there they are. Beautiful. And they probably want to run more. They've been training for that longer distance this year. Okay, now the hustle's on, friends. We'll keep it trained on this right here. So 2-minute intervals. So if a team has passed somebody, obviously they've made up some time. But nobody passed Mitchell. Got a couple more comments I'll click on here while I'm walking. Dana Robertson, yeah, you're right. We're up in Fort McPherson, friends. What a treat. My first time in the Northwest Territories. I've been to Barrow in northern Alaska, our top of the world there before, in 2009. I was being recruited for paramedic. Here we go, team in. Team coming. Once they get... Okay, there we go. Now we're moving. And they'll come right through here anyway, so we'll get a great clean shot. See, right through. And then right there. Nice. Okay, I'm going on one knee. Slow her down. To make sure we're not in the way here. All right. Look at them moving. There's Mya right there. Hey, hey, there she is. Look at the team looking good. That's a beautiful shot. Those black spruce trees along the edge of the river here, willows, just like the Arctic has. More and more folks pulling in every minute. They've got snow machines and want to see their friends and neighbors, relatives. Okay. We'll see another team snake through here in a second. Trying to hold this nice and steady too. Of course, I got my Neos over boots with spikes on there. Okay, they're gonna snake right through here. Watch this. Team coming right to the left of that car. Any second, right there. And then coming in. Here we go. I'll go down on one knee. Get a nice shot of these guys. Oh yeah. There's JoJo, I believe. Yeah, JoJo! There he is. Look at that. Get a nice shot. I love this shot right here. That's one of my favorite shots of the whole race. No vehicles, just dogs running off into the Arctic. Here we go. There's Carl coming in. Oh yeah, he's waving. He's happy. He's moving. Those guys are moving. Look at them. Just some nice shots of them heading back to the truck. I kind of come down this other chute here, and then they swing around through all the vehicles. So we'll get a little closer, but we'll try to keep that nice, clean, long shot, because that's beautiful. Gives you a chance to really feel like you're here. And there's Susan from Monday morning in New Zealand. Love it. Yeah, what a surprise, right? I've been working on this plan for a couple years, friends. I don't say much about what I'm going to do. I just try to do it. But it takes people to support that effort, and the Jacobson family invited me up last year, and I had a conflict with my wildfire teaching, which I love. And so this year I came up early. So again, big shout out to my business partner, Carrie Pavlap back in Willow, for covering for me. This is building season in Alaska already. We don't have winter anymore. We're fully into spring. Still some ice and trails and snow and whatever, but not like this. Not like this. Okay, so there's our timing crew. We don't have a team right now coming in right this second, so we can pause and give you the little layout here. That stick right there is the finish. You have people all lined up who came support the mushing. Look at that group of locals right there and supporters. They got their eyes trained down the river, up the river, keeping an eye out. And we are just now waiting for the fourth team to come in. Fred's watching from Tuktoyaktuk. Hey, Fred. I lost my phone there a couple years ago when I was covering the Bethel K300. I'd just gotten a brand new S23, and we're out in Tuktoyaktuk at night. I had two phones, my drone and all this stuff, and I woke up in the morning, couldn't find my phone. So somebody in Tuktoyaktuk got a nice present, or it's in the river. And of course that's spring. But great to have you here, Fred. Real honor. Great to have everybody on board always. But nothing like having Susan from New Zealand across the world on another day. She's already ahead of us by a day. We're Sunday here in Northwest Territory, Canada. And partially why I've spent so much time in Canada these last few weeks is to make sure our Canadian friends know how much we care about them. And that we are, in fact, neighbors and brothers and sisters, and politics and tariffs and all that be damned. It's not going to get in the way of our relationships and what we mean to each other. So I'm going to end up spending a lot more time in Canada over the next several years to keep learning about this great, huge, massive landscape and the people who have learned to live here and thrive here. And it's just so nice. The generosity is off the charts. And then, of course, in the summer, this place will be teeming with fish and wildlife and birds. The geese will be coming back here in 3-4 weeks. And so as hard as winter is, the summer is just so abundant that you have to experience it to even come close to wrapping your mind around it. And then it actually just boggles your mind. It always does for me. The more I learn about the Arctic, the more I'm just in awe. The more questions I have. So it's really cool. We got to go up to the Pingos yesterday, which are a very rare permafrost mountain formation. And Tuk has more concentration of Pingos than anywhere in the world. They have 1,350 estimated Pingos, and worldwide there's only 11,000 estimated. Greenland only has a handful, maybe 75 on one coast and 15 on the other. So, that, you know, there's something to learn. I think we got a musher coming in there. I think we got that speed of a musher. So let me go ahead and get this shot just ready. And they'll come blasting through this time. There's also a lot of snow machines. So the snow machiners went down there to check everybody out. But I believe that's the pace of a sled dog there. That black dot coming at us. The magic carpet ride of being with a happy dog team that's moving all together at the pace they've trained for. I think the first time I heard the Magic Carpet, I was visiting Eggle and Helen in 2012 or 13. And Eggle said that there was a time he was at the Open North American Championship in Fairbanks, which is a 3-day race, 20 miles day 1 and 2, and then 28 miles on day 3. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get invited and I'll finish my story later. Yeah.
Sound like you're talking to yourself.
Well, I'm always talking to myself. That's how I do it. How are you, man?
Good.
You want to introduce yourself, everybody?
Larry Greenland in Inuvik.
Right on. Inuvik's a big town.
Yeah.
And the dogs have been looking good coming in, eh?
Yeah. It's been a long time since they had a dog race. I think it's the last 10 years they had a dog race.
Okay, that's the history we need here. That's why I was trying to explain to people this morning.
It's not definite, but it's a guess. But you know who to talk to is that old timer over there. He's that guy in the four-wheeler.
Which one?
Elder. He's the elder over there.
Elder, right on the right four-wheeler or the left four-wheeler?
The left
Left four-wheeler, right there?
He's no, sorry, more.
One more. Yeah.
That guy right
Yeah,
there.
I got him.
That old timer.
Yep.
Only one old timer with gray hair sitting on there is standing behind the four-wheeler.
Okay, right there with the drink in his hand, yeah?
No, right there, over here, middle one. Right there, that one. The very one in the very back.
Oh, Eddie?
Yeah.
I met Eddie. I went to Aklavik. Jackie took me to Aklavik.
Yeah, let's go meet him. He's an ex-dog musher.
Now I got him this morning on camera. I'm gonna, but right now I gotta make sure I don't miss another team. I was over there for the finish.
Yeah.
So tell us, it's been 10 years
I think
here?
so. I'm not definite. I'm just
There's been a gap, right?
Yeah, I just helped my brother. Who runs dogs to her.
Yep.
He has 2 teams.
Right.
My brother's racing is one team and he's racing the other.
Andrew, right?
Oh, yeah, it's slowly coming back, dog.
Andrew Charlie. I didn't know his daughter's name. What's his daughter's name?
Stephanie and Charlie.
Stephanie. Okay, because when she blasted out, I knew it was the Charlie kennel, but he hadn't given me her name.
Yeah.
So thank you. I got it on my notes now.
Yeah, I just thought I'd pass on that.
No, thank you.
old-timer.
I got to sit with Eddie for about 30 minutes at the house and hear some stories, and it's been 10 years for him though, right?
Yeah.
No, that's great. Thank you, brother.
Do you know Corgamon?
No.
Corgamon? Oh no, just wondering.
Okay. So here's the, again, people helping out, making sure I'm getting all my stories, and I will get more of Eddie. If you go back to the very beginning of the feed here this morning, you'll meet him. And just a nice guy. He's got a beautiful light in his eyes. Looking back on his years of having dogs. Everybody had dogs in one day. Back in the day, there's dogs everywhere. Before snow machines, there were only sled dogs. And canoes. Okay, there's a team right there. Look at that. Okay, we're going to have them hopefully rise up into view here. They're behind a little bank. There we go. There we go. There's the dog team. Look at that, friends. 4th team to come in. Is this Jemra already? Coming back? I mean, she would have moved up quite a bit. She left out teams. She left in 7th. She drew starting spot number 7. Look at that. She looks great. I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay. It's just so exciting. There she is. Jemra from Tuk. The dogs are charging in. Yeah! Look at her. She got a smile on her face. It's always a trade-off. We lose that long shot going back to the truck, but we got the long shot coming in. So look at that. All right. So Jemra moved up some positions for sure because she started out number 7, and she's not number 7 anymore. She is in. Okay, and we'll train our camera down. It's amazing how many folks, of course, reach out and say hello. I was walking around Tuk yesterday watching the kids play hockey and reading about some of the history of the town and just reflecting on the blessings of life, and people were friendly. The kids were asking me why I was doing push-ups in my parka. And I said, shouldn't you be doing something too, kiddos? It's fire season coming up. Get your push-ups in, everybody. You're going to need them. Summer's coming. Okay, another team coming in. Let's hold that camera nice and steady. We're on the S24 Ultra. Today, we're tethered actually to my iPhone. And I'm just super grateful that the cell towers are strong enough to get the signal to you.
I'm loving it.
Here we go. You can see the orange parka there, and there's the dogs right there. Look at that. The magic carpet. Okay, finishing up that story. They go on day 3. That race is 8 miles longer, and he said Mike one day, his lead dog, just pulled the whole team home. And when you have a super leader like that, you just ride the magic carpet. Okay, dog team coming, looking good. Look at that. Beautiful long shot. Only 10 miles in these dogs, and they're looking great. Oh, yeah. There he is, moving home. There's Charlie himself right there. Andy Charlie right there, boom. Coming in, so his daughter Stephanie's still out there. He's gonna go around. Oh, okay, they're trying to find their way. We'll go back. Because now, okay, another dog team, so that's how that works. Okay, Andrew Charlie is in. So far, we had Mitchell come in. We had Mya Hartum, Carl Knutson, Jemra. We had JoJo. We had Andrew Charlie, and now we're waiting on Stephanie, Charlie, and we're waiting on Bruce. So a couple more teams to come in, and we'll find out the exciting results here. So Bruce Noksana and Stephanie Charlie still on the trail here at the Fort McPherson Jamboree revival of their sled dog race. There's both teams right there coming in. Here we go, friends. The hero shot is on. You can see all the trucks coming in. What a beautiful moment in time. April 6, 2025, Fort McPherson, Northwest Territories, Canada. Okay, there you go. There's Stephanie coming in. Gonna lead that team in, looks like. Gonna lead them in. So Andrew Charlie's daughter right there coming in. And that leaves Bruce in the trail. And here comes Bruce. Right there to the finish line. And there he is. Let's get a look at him. There's the dogs. Okay, and they're making their list. We'll make our way with them, right? Everybody's running now. All the excitement's back at the dog trucks, so that's how they set the race up. There's pretty good separation between the start and the finish, so you gotta kind of commute back. Here we go. We're still following Bruce's team right there. What a fun event. Hope I got everything right, friends. It was all came together quickly here today. So again, forgive me if I messed anything up. My first time up here. And It's a true honor to be welcomed into the world here, to be able to live stream with the blessing of Wayne, our race marshal from Fort McPherson. Look at that. Look at that. Oh boy, big old nice truck. Again, these trucks in the Arctic are awesome. Look at all these big, beautiful machines can get up and down these roads and ice highways and through super tough weather, driving snow and wind throughout the winter. Okay, you can hear the dogs all sounding off. I'll try to hustle it up a little bit. Okay. Maybe next event we can get them to be a little closer. Start and finish. Okay. You can hear all the dogs back there. That classic, iconic spruce tree line there. Willow on the banks. And here we are. Almost back to the start staging area, you might call it. Beth watching from Ontario. Honored to be here, Beth. And again, friends like Dana Robertson from Calgary who came out and did a tour with us in Willow and expressed that Canadian-American friendship and how important it is that we never let the politics and the tariffs and all that get in our way. That's done by a bunch of other people who I don't even know or care about in a faraway place called DC. But here, these are real people living real lives and caring about each other and helping each other get through. So we made it back. Look at this great little scene, people all observing, watching. That's the best part. Look at that. Look at some of those dogs like, wait a second, we didn't run enough. They want to run more. Okay, you can see all the little debrief going on. Dogs will be getting watered and put away here. Got the kids around. Let's go over and talk to Jemra. You're moving. How was it out there? How was the trail?
It was good. It was really good. It wasn't as punchy as they made it seem to be, but it was good.
Was it kind of river ice the whole way, or how does that work?
What's that?
Did it feel like river ice the whole way,
Yeah.
or okay?
Almost, yeah. There are some parts there are snow covering. And,
Okay.
And then sometimes they're driving on the ice, but it's good. Dogs did good.
Yeah, they were charging home, weren't they? Yeah, they were. Jenny, how'd your dogs look out there?
Really good.
They did, didn't they? And look at them. They're still like, some of them are like, wait a second.
Yeah.
We want to go now.
They're good for a run.
Oh, good. Okay, another little run. Great. So we'll get to see them hitch up again. We'll keep it running for folks. That is great. There's Jenny Jacobson. She's been amazing to me all weekend. And there's her son, Mitchell, and future daughter-in-law, Jemra. And they're going to run one more team today because we're here. Why not, of course. Right? We'll go get a little interview over here. Look at these guys are all getting their chow, aren't they? Yeah. How'd it go, Carl? What's that?
That one wheel dog wasn't feeling too good, but other than that, they were just happy to be running. They were rolling.
And how long is your drive to get here?
We drove down from Hay River. That I think it's like 1,100 kilometers. Then Thursday night, Mya messaged me and said maybe we should drive to Fort McPherson. So we left at 3 o'clock Friday morning, drove 3,100 kilometers.
Oh, 300.
Yeah,
3 a.m., right?
3 a.m. Drove 3,100 kilometers to make it here at about 8 o'clock this morning. 2 flat tires.
Oh my
Nobody
gosh.
slept. We didn't sleep. The dogs didn't sleep. We were just hauling, but yeah, no, we made it here just in time.
And what's your motivation?
Oh, we won the race. I don't know. We were kind of coming up here anyways, so we thought, why wait a week to come to the next race?
Because you're going to go to Inuvik.
Yeah. So we thought, man, we might as well just give her and make it up for the race.
Right on. 3,100 kilometers, didn't sleep, 2 flat tires. All-nighter.
Yeah.
So now we know their story. That's impressive. I was wondering, I was like, I know they're coming a long way. That's crazy, huh?
Other side of Edmonton there.
Other side of Edmonton? Lynn's, what's it called? Other side of Edmonton, because I just drove through there recently.
Sherwood Park. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, past Sherwood Park there, yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for making it all the way up here. That was awesome. And then you'll stick around for a couple more?
Yeah, we'll try to hopefully stay right till
Right till the end, right till
Tuktoyaktuk.
Oh, right to the month.
Hopefully it doesn't start melting.
Living
too
out of
bad.
here, or how do you do it?
Yeah, we got the living quarters in here.
Okay.
We packed a pile of potatoes and hamburger, and we're going to be on vacation in the Arctic.
That's awesome. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, so they have the camper version here, friends. So they got their sleeper up in here, right there, so you can get you can have your apartment with you, kind of like how sometimes horse people do. There's Mya right there. Good job, Mya. You're looking pretty fast, I think.
That was super fun out there.
I was at the wrong finish line.
Oh,
I thought you guys were coming back,
that's funny.
you know, because so they had to commute over there.
No, the trail was great. It was, some sections you could get up to like 20 miles an hour, and it was nice and hard. And then you had a couple little moguls, which was fun. And yeah.
Oh, good. And
miles.
on no sleep, it felt good?
Yes. Now we can sleep. Carl
Kinda
said if we make it and we cross that finish line, we're gonna have a good rest of it.
That's so awesome. Way to put in the effort. Look at you guys. You wanted to go, didn't you? They all love it. They have their little apartments there. Look at this nice trailer. Beautiful setup here. Everybody's got their own setup. Some have the dog houses like that, the dog boxes like that. Some have them inside, like here. We'll go take a look at this one because they just drove across the world too, so they have houses inside. So there's definitely different ways to do it. And then we'll go over here and we'll meet. Let's see how Bruce did. All right, Bruce, how'd it go?
It was good.
Yeah, let's hear about it. A little bit warm.
A
Yeah.
little bit warm, and dogs dipping, and
That's what I was wondering, because for
Yeah.
you, this is warm. I was sweating out there.
it was really warm, and but it was first race, and have fun, right?
Right, when was the last time you hitched up for an event?
Oh, a long time, almost about over 20 years ago. Here I raced. Yeah.
Really?
Last time I raced here is with toboggans. Yeah, years ago we raced around the island. That's the last time I raced here, I think.
20 years ago.
Probably 20 years ago, maybe more.
Wow, so it's good to have it back, eh?
Oh, it is, yeah. It's good to be on.
I learned something. I learned where the finish line is.
Yeah.
It's not here at the start line.
Yeah, it is. Over there, yeah.
I had to run over there. But Michelle and Kitty are online, and other friends here are online.
Yeah.
So, of course,
Yeah,
I know
thank
you
for
want...
coming and
Oh,
filming us. It's awesome.
what an honor, man. I was just blown away.
Yeah.
And good to see everybody coming in, man. Dogs
Yeah.
are looking good. You could tell that there's some heat happening
Oh, yeah,
now.
there's a lot of heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time dogs come out of 40 below and they're running, and I know.
Right, 0 plus
one.
2. Well, yeah, exactly. But next weekend it'll be even better, right?
Yeah, it'll be even better in Inuvik.
That's gonna be
Kentucky.
that's gonna be a big one. These guys are staying up the whole month, so
Yeah, right
you'll have them to deal with. Look at Bruce's super nice new Dodge he got this last fall, so he's ready for his great North.
It'll look good if you're coming in last.
Yeah, you got exactly. He's coming to Alaska next year. Look at this, helping out with the sleds. There you go. You got the sled brakes and drag mats and all that. So he's modeling for us how to do it. Super cool. Okay, Bruce's team is in. Where are you guys from? Here? My first time here. This is great, you guys.
Thank you. I watch you all the time.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I watch you all the time.
Introduce yourself to everybody
my
then.
name is Herbert Blake. I'm from Fort McPherson, Northwest Territories, and we're having a dog race here today. And thanks for Kyle for coming over
Oh, what an honor, man.
to do our thing, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very
And then, when was the last time we had a race here in your memory?
Probably 3 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah, 3 years ago.
good to have it back.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Next weekend's another one, and the following weekend
Right.
another one. And I think there's 3 consecutive weekends.
Will you be going on the whole
I
tour?
go to everything.
And who do you cheer for?
All of them. I love dogs.
That's it.
I love dogs.
Did you have dogs yourself at one
Yeah,
point?
I had dogs for a long time. Most of my line is there.
Oh, really? With
On
With Bruce?
With Bruce, yeah.
okay, so you guys are tight.
So yeah, a lot of Reddington stock there. Old Reddington.
Okay, right. Yep.
Stock.
Because he needs the tougher dogs for Tuck,
Yeah,
for that weather, right?
that's right. Yeah. It's going to be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at his kennel just the other day, and I saw some of those dogs have such beautiful coats. They're like warm,
Yeah.
even with the breeze, you know, the cold breeze.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
coming to our
Look at that.
territory.
Oh,
We
this
really
is,
appreciate that.
it's an honor.
Yeah, I must say.
Look at that. We got other guys here. We got, hey, look, we got a little kiddo helping out. Yeah. Future musher. Another future musher. Hazel, it was a little warm out there?
A little warm, a little soft.
Yeah. Hi, baby. Look
Two
at
young
you.
dogs.
Okay, is this your first race of the year?
Pretty much first time in a dog box yet.
Okay, so they're just getting the hang of it, and then next week they'll be ready to roll.
That's their uncle.
Right on. Look at these beautiful dogs. Yeah. Got the sleds everywhere. These guys are getting ready, so we'll go ahead and... This is a training run here. Might as well film it, right? There they go. Mitchell heading out on a training run. Made the corner. That's always the hardest part, is not flipping when you leave. Especially on camera. So there goes Mitchell Jacobson. Right on. Lynn Wilson watching from New Zealand. You betcha. Cooper said, what a cool vacation. Yeah, we just talked to Carl Knutson and Mya Hartum, and they're out here for a month now. Raymond Walker watching from the UK. Great to have you. Beth is there from Northern Ontario, Canada. Gosh, I love Canada. I just love it more and more. There's Karen Shelton. Hi, Karen. Right on from GA. That's warm country down there. Boy, I had to bundle up when I was even walking around Tuk this weekend, because when that breeze comes through, it's really cold. Yesterday was much warmer. Sun was out a little bit. Probably right around freezing. But, you know, first day was probably minus 20, 30. So glad everybody's here for this little pop-up race coverage. Dream come true. Again, I don't set expectations that I can't fulfill, so I wasn't going to tell you I was going to be here and then not have service or not be able to do it. So always just make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned, because you'll never know where I'll pop out of. Could be anywhere in the world. Sherry from North Carolina, nice and warm down there, although you have those wildfires. I got a bunch of buddies working down there, Sherry, so stay safe. It's already fire season in the 48, that's for sure. Okay, we got a few more folks to talk to, but we'll give you the sights and sounds here. Look at these guys, cruising. Tons of power there. That was great. Oh, you handed off the machine to a kid. There you go. That's how you do it. You give the big rocket. The young kid. There's another young kid here. Look at this. How cool is that? Yeah, you get it. These little Arctic warriors, man. They're tough. I was watching the kids play hockey yesterday, and they're good with each other. They're not a bunch of whiners and indoor kids. They get along well. They have good hockey etiquette. There was all ages on the rink there, a little homemade rink. And that's the kind of stuff I love, you know. Get outside, live outside, stay outside as much as you can. You'll learn a lot more.
It was in that freight truck.
How'd you, Stephanie, right? How'd it go, Steph? Was it a little warm out there?
Yeah.
I felt it.
Warm from running around with these dogs.
Yeah. You look good though. How'd it feel for you?
It was good until they started bunching up and tangling up.
Oh, did the leaders get a little...
Yeah. They tried to drop and stop.
Oh, they were dipping, right?
Having lots of trouble with them.
Okay, well that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
Working out the kinks and getting the first, you know, couple runs. Yeah, exactly. It's all experience and time. They're beautiful dogs. All right, Andrew, Charlie, and Stephanie, and the family here from the Beaufort Delta area. Beautiful looking dogs, beautiful looking harnesses. Are you a happy one? Are you a happy one? You want it. Oh, they... I know. Look at this beautiful set of eyes there. Are you the most gorgeous dog in the whole world? Are you the most gorgeous dog in the whole world? Look at you. Yeah. And we got another blue face right there. Yeah, those little houndy eyes and husky eyes. Yep. There they are. So they got their little tie-off chains. Everything's all dialed in here. No question about it. There you go, friends. If you want to learn how to do it, got your bins. Keep your gear nice and clean. Keep the dirt off it. Keep it all organized. You can tell Andrew cares about his stuff. He's got Swedish-made harnesses. He's got Wendigos as well. A nice mix. Some of the better harnesses made here. Slightly different than a...
All I need is Rob Peebles to send me my leader.
Right, yeah. I thought Rob was going to be here today.
I think he's back in Alberta. So.
Ah. Hey, Rob, if you're online here, Andrew needs his leader back, please. He's got things going on here. He's a racer. We got events happening, man. So that kind of harness that Andrew's putting in the box right there, that's made more for open class. Has a little bit different ergonomics in the back to keep the harness X-back off the dog's scapulas back there. So it's a pretty neat setup. Nonstop actually adopted that setup a couple years into making their harnesses too. X-backs are sometimes constricting on the dogs, depending on how they're built. So just so cool. Hey, Timmy Reddington, man, that's so good to have you on. Let's see, we have Melon. Oh, Mel, I feel you, man. No, I put my time where my heart is, and that's, you know, sometimes it pains my business partner because I do a lot of work at home, and I should be working at home right now, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity these last few weeks to really connect with Canada and really make I wasn't going to drive a van from Colorado to Willow, Alaska, through Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, and Yukon until the political stuff. And then I said, you know what, it's time to move a vehicle up there and go see people. So, and say hello and show my caring and what it means, you know. You cross that border, it's like, you're our neighbors, man. We need you, right? We need you. So it's super cool to have everybody here. And they're doing the wind down now. They're looking at some photos, taking sled runners off. Look at that! Oh, look at that barbecue. Now that's a setup right there, friends. You want spring in the Arctic? Look at that beautiful pickup, the barbecue with the snow machine, chairs, and the whole setup for Carnival month. Oh, it's great! So cool. My drone's still sitting right there. That was really nice. That lady helped me land it earlier, so I have a little time lapse and some master shots to show you. I always try to get some drone footage. There goes Jenny and Jackie. They're gonna go down and look at the dog team. So that's my host family, the Jacobsons. multi-generation mushing family with roots in Alaska and of course up in the Beaufort Sea. But as I learned from my time here in Northwest Territories, like Uncle Danny and some folks walked with the reindeer back in the 1940s from Point Barrow and Tuktoyaktuk, and then they made their way across to the Beaufort Sea Peninsula Delta here, the Delta area, and settled. And so there's a lot of Alaska. I mean, what's a border mean anyway, friends? It's literally a line, and especially when you're way up here and in Aboriginal lands, traditional lands. They're all traditional lands, but especially the Arctic. And that border is just sort of there, right? It's a line on a map. Everybody's connected with relatives and stories, and it's been just scratching the tip of the iceberg to even follow it all. So there's one of our race volunteers again. She kept the time. Uh-oh, she might have a whole stack of cash there. Oh boy.
It's just registration.
Oh, that's not the big payout yet. Always fun to see that though, right? And Karen, it's a community too, man. It feeds my soul. This path in life really changed my life to be able to be part of the dog world and connect with everybody and try to add some value and help tell the story. That's why I started live streaming about 10, 11 years ago now. We had Nina up in Norway doing some live streaming for Finnmark, and I saw that and said, you know what, we need somebody to step up for North America and get these stories out there. So I can't do it full time like I used to, but I do what I can, and that's important. Here we go. There's the connections there. Folks visiting with Maya and Carl, and it was good to hear they'll be up here the whole month. I want to be up here the whole month. Carrie didn't hear that though. It's construction season back home, man.
You're going home after this?
Yeah, no, I'm already behind, man. And I start teaching next week. Like, it's on. We have Wildfire Academy. We have things going on. It's go time. Down there, we're starting to burn. There's no snow in Kinnick and Willow, and it's on.
I know, that's why we're here.
Exactly. Yeah. I know, what a blessing. I've heard about the Northwest. And then, have you ever been out to the Northeast? You know, there's a whole tour like in Montreal and way out.
You know what? I've never gone out on that.
But it still exists, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think there's lots of races and great competition, and it's definitely something we're going to do one season. It's just hard when you don't speak French.
Thanks for bringing that up. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Because that's all Eastern Canada, hardcore French country, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. I know there's people who have gone, and a guy is always worried about it. Like, you know, like coming up here, once you come up here, and you're like, oh well, that wasn't so bad at all. It was a great trip and beautiful, and we're definitely going to come up again. So yeah, we're just looking forward to the other races. And
awesome. How can people follow you two? What are you doing for your kennel these days for social media, what have you?
Well, we just got our personal Facebook.
Okay.
We try to stay updated on it, and
yep.
We post. Maya posts all kinds of stories on her Instagram. She's the
story
media one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dog's free dropping, and we've been on the road a pile, so they're all free dropping and playing, and I build them like snow forts and stuff, and we're goofing around all the time. So
cool.
Yeah, we might as well have fun while we're.
Oh yeah.
While we're out racing during the week, you got 5 days you're not racing, so.
Exactly. You got time. And then this becomes home, right? This whole setup right here.
Oh yeah.
Becomes home.
Yeah, it's packed right full now. Don't even want to show you inside.
Right, because you got to bring straw, you got to bring meat and kibble and.
Yeah, and it was like 14 Celsius when we're driving up here, so you got 40 dogs in there, so the meat's just like. We're going to have to haul it out on some of these cold days and get it all frozen again. And,
oh, yeah. Like tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all started thawing out, and that's not fun to deal with. So.
Well, if you need more blocks of chicken, Jackie Jacobson has some for sale up in Tuk. He has extra.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Really nice. It's frozen. I saw it yesterday. It's wrapped in OSB. The pallets come up shipped, wrapped.
Yeah.
So that the ravens can't get to them. And then keep them cold.
Yeah. No, we packed a pile, and hopefully it'll last. I think it's supposed to cool down, so.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll last.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to be on the tour next year. Let's see how it goes.
Oh yeah.
One-
Come up and do the whole.
One.
You should come out to West Yellowstone or
There you
those
go.
ones there.
Yeah.
That's like, those are great races there, and you can get out the paw.
Right. I have never been to that. I know that
Yeah.
teams go to Don's. When I stopped at Don Cousins, he said teams come in and do their final training before they head out to La Paz. I've always wanted to go to that. And it's a mass start still, right?
Yeah, that's a tough race because that trail is rock hard and it's 35 miles, but it ain't a mid-distance race. That's a sprint race.
It's a full crazy sprint. Yeah, unique.
Yeah. And 3 days of that's a tough one to train for. And
Wow.
like, it's a great event. They got the whole Trappers Fest going on, like a big trade fair, and like, it's awesome to be there.
Well, I'm also hoping Carrie takes her team. She wants to go on a lower 48 tour
Oh yeah.
and do some things in Minnesota and different things like that. So
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of that, but
I've got a lot on my list.
Montana, but
Yeah. And then hopefully you guys can come to Willow, and well, if we have a winter next year. We didn't have much of a winter.
wow.
We got rain on in January. Our big 300-mile race got poured on.
Well, we were traveling so much last winter, and boy, we had the truck break down, and I was like, we said, I guess we're not really close to home because we're in Fort McPherson right now, but we're like, well, we kind of want to stick around home and just like, be able to like not be driving here and there as much. And there's like, I think this is our 9th race of the season.
Okay.
So
I was wondering about that.
and we were racing like 36 dogs at lots of the races altogether. So
You're running big strings? Were they more open, or?
just we'd be running 2 12-dog teams and like 2 6-dog teams, and sometimes even a 4-dog.
Oh, right,
team.
because you'd be able to enter multiple
So,
classes,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So yeah, we're like all the dogs are racing and 2 3-day races. So yeah, we've been getting a lot of action.
That's good. That makes my heart warm, man. The junior Mushers and AK got hosed
Oh yeah.
in Southern Aiken, and they helped out with everything, but they couldn't race because there's no trail in Tuktoyaktuk or Eagle River. The club wanted it, wanted to help out the kids get experience, but junior Iditarod had to move. Everything had to shift around.
Yeah.
It was just one of those years.
No, that's tough when that happens. But like, I mean, next year it's
Right.
gonna be awesome.
We'll see how.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for. I'm just grateful to be part of it all, man.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you in probably like 7. I was thinking about it, probably 7 or so years, maybe 6, because I haven't been to Fairbanks that much
I think
since
I
the
came out,
pandemic.
maybe at Fairbanks. Yeah, that would have been
That's the thing. Yeah, since
probably
19.
2019 or something like that. Yeah.
That was because I was there. Pam Bennington was at that race, and then they have their own live stream crew. So I was kind of like, all right, they're covered. And we've been building the business now for 10 years, so it's kind of been all hands on deck, which is basically Carrie and I.
Yeah.
All hands is 2 of us for the whole operation, and we're finally in our final phase. So we're going to start adopting retired sled dogs soon.
Oh yeah.
We'll receive
I
them
seen
in.
that- I seen the kennel there and all the light setup and
Oh.
everything. Like I was like, I sent that to you. I was like, that's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of time in because we want it to be this beacon of hope too. And when the truckers are cruising in the winter and they come by our place, they're like, "Yeah, well, I'm almost to Anchorage," because we light up the sky,
that was
But it's part of our philosophy too. Is we all need each other.
Yeah.
Dogs are what bond us together,
Yeah.
and they give us such a great meaning in life, right? So even just making their world beautiful
Yeah.
is endlessly inspiring to me. So I can work hard, but we just have so much to do. We have new staff coming in. We're building more staff housing. The cafe's 4 months a year now. That's 4th year. So you take on more and more, and then I've been trying to step back from fire, but I'm still a teacher and a helper, but not a frontliner anymore, which is nice. I get to be home.
Yeah.
Because 19 years of being away was rough.
Oh yeah.
And you come home and you work when it's dark and cold. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to work at
Get rid of that to be coming up to Tuktoyaktuk.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely going to come up here next summer for sure, but maybe in the fall.
Oh yeah.
I want to see it when the geese are all flying around and the tundra's all filled with berries, and
Yeah.
you should
We're
too.
We're hoping that we just can like relax a bit while we're up here and just go check stuff out, because sometimes you're so busy with all the dogs and things.
Right.
Like, you're like, man, we didn't even see anything while we were at those places. But
This is your month for that then, because even in just 3 days, I can tell if I stayed longer, there'd be the other little adventures to do, and then the next things would start coming up. The kids are playing around Tuk right now.
oh yeah,
You know, they're getting out more. Like, it's almost midnight light now still.
yeah, that was great.
That was handy driving last night. I was like, it's after 11 and I'm still going and I'm not tired yet.
Especially since which tires went on this thing? Come on, Ford.
On the truck, one on the trailer.
Come on, Ford. Let's see back here.
This rock's stuck in the
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
You got to be ready for everything.
Well, we're ready. Had the torque wrench and zip, and
And you got extra tires on board?
basically a NASCAR pit crew.
You kind of have to be.
Except we're running low on spare tires now, and we've got we've got a lot more to go. So hopefully somebody can patch them up.
You can probably either get them patched or have some shipped up to Inuvik while you're here.
Yeah.
These guys will help you out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm learning the supply chain here. Supply chains are everything, right?
I'll be honest, I was sleeping when he changed the second tire.
Oh.
I was zonked. I didn't. He said, actually, in my overalls, I guess somehow they got ripped because he was having trouble getting the one tire off, so he was smashing my overalls with a hammer and trying to get the tire off, and then I was so tired I didn't notice when I did the morning drop. And then I was like, what happened to my overalls? And he's like, well.
It was a rough night.
I was stuck on there. I didn't want to dent the rim or anything. So, but who would have thought it would, with the back of the back of on a sludge. I hit it twice and I thought, oh no. I put little holes in the cover.
Oh.
It's like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Jenny was repairing a pair of pants the whole way down here. She was sewing on the Tuk highway all the way down. I was like, she didn't even poke herself.
That's going to be me on the way home.
Yeah. And so tonight you'll be here in town, of course.
Yeah.
Because they'll have their thing, the dance or whatever they have. And then this week, just sort of chill out and train, and
Make our way to the next race.
which is just right up the road. It was only about an hour. And Inuvik is close.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah, you're right up. I mean, you're there now. You are. Everything's only within a couple hours now. Because Inuvik's an hour up, and then we went to the other town, and it's just an hour over. So and then of course Tuk is only 90 minutes north. So it's going to be, now you're just chill. I can feel it. I'm like, man, I wish I had the time. But I'm a kayaker, so I'm waiting for the water to open up.
Oh yeah.
So I can hit all these, there's just like the Husky Lakes and, ponds and lakes and streams and magic everywhere. And then the whales start coming in.
Oh yeah.
With all their babies, right? The belugas. There's thousands of belugas up in Tuk that come in. And they swim around the shore and the bay. And
I was saying that we should come up here for our honeymoon.
yeah. Congratulations, by the way. I didn't want to embarrass you or stick my foot in my mouth. Here comes Bruce over to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Here we go.
Good, you guys.
That was fun.
Yeah. It's good to dip and fall down. Yeah. Good. We'll see you guys in Inuvik.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, me and Skip and now the outfit the same all this way now.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. There we go. Thank you, guys.
Lots of coffee and everything and talk to you guys.
There's Bruce. Bruce, what do you think? We're going to head home here soon in a little
Yeah,
bit?
we're going to get a burger and go home.
Exactly. We'll get, but Mitchell's out training.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's running that next team, which is, you could hear them. They were all excited.
Yeah.
Okay, friends, here we are, wrapping up. Here we go. Life's all about making memories. Make them memories. That's right, Sandy. Oh, it's so nice up here. Look at that. From Pennsylvania, right on. Okay, so we're putting on the final touches here. And again, thanks everybody. I'm just so grateful the feed lasted this long. You never know how it's going to go. This is one of Mitchell's sponsors, Manitoba Trucking. So thanks to everybody who helps these mushers get down the trail of life with all this equipment and all these trucks and tires and feed and harnesses and everything else. If you like a musher, reach out to their page, support them, help them keep this alive. It also gives them something to look forward to know that people are stoked on what they're doing and helping them out. So thanks so much. Signing off from this part of the world, Northwest Territories, Fort McPherson, and love you all. Have a great day.